Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about how recently 2 officers in Louisville, Kentucky have been shot, and there were a lot of angry protesters after the verdict was read that none of the officers involved in Breonna Taylor's in the shooting of Breonna Taylor will be charged with murder. But I firmly believe that that's the right decision, because let me go ahead and explain this, okay? Breonna Taylor's boyfriend admits that he fired first, that he fired the first shot at the police officers. And one of those shots actually nicked the police officer. It didn't kill him, but it slightly wounded him. And all the officers did was return fire. He also said that the officers knocked. Now, he didn't say the police announced their presence. He said he didn't hear that, but there is one witness in the same apartment complex that said that the police did. Okay, and they had a warrant to search the place, and the reason that they had a warrant searching the place is not necessarily that Breonna Taylor was dealing drugs, but she was involved with a drug dealing group, a drug dealing gang. She could have been a runner, she could have been a carrier. There was a guy friend she had that called her repeated times in prison, and the reason he was in prison was for drug-related offenses, and he talked about some drug business over the phone because he stupidly did it on the prison's phone. And the prison has the recorded communication between the two of them. Okay? And then also, yes, she was an EMT, but the reason she had to resign as an EMT was because she had rented a car and then let another guy use her rented car. Well, the guy that used her car used that car to transport a dead body, and no formal charges were filed, but she was asked to resign from the city and from being an EMT. So that is what's going on, and I firmly believe that her current boyfriend, or her boyfriend right before she died, used her as a human shield, because he was not hit at all, and she was hit around, I believe, 6 times, and he admitted that he fired the first shot, and officers have a right to return fire. And so these violent protests and unlawful assemblies, you cannot just go out and march just anytime you feel like it. You have to apply for a permit, and about 90 to 95% of the time, probably more than that, the city gives you a permit. But it was an unlawful assembly. The people that were marching recently outside the police station didn't have the permit, and some of them used violence. Some of the protesters shot 2 police officers, and some of them were throwing Molotov cocktails at the police station, trying to get the police officers to come out so they could basically kill them, which is sick, sadistic, and stupid to do something like that. So I hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.